Thank you so much for joining me today, you two. How are you doing?
I'm really
Doing
good.
all
How
right,
are you
thanks.
doing?
We are so excited for the Seven Castaways to arrive. And you're currently in rehearsal for that, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So to kind of start us off strong, we'll start with you, Bailey. What is kind of the show of the Seven Castaways?
It bears a striking resemblance to a classic TV show called Gilligan's Island, that people my age and older will remember. Actually, Allison kind of gets it too, right?
Yeah,
It's
I've
a
been
it's a
watching it
musical parody.
lately. Yeah, it's a musical parody, as Bailey said. Yes.
I was going to say it's a classic. I feel like so many people know what Gilligan's Island is. It's not an age thing, right?
You
Are-
think that, and then you start talking about it, and you know, kids
Yeah.
these days. But
I knew of it, but I never actually watched it. And now that I'm in this show, I have seen all 3 seasons. So,
I watched a special or two.
uh-huh.
I feel like, so maybe this is just me. I grew up in the generation of I watched TV Land with my parents. So I feel
Yeah,
like
like Nick
Gilligan's
at Night,
Island was always on.
Gilligan's Island, Patty Do, all of those like classic shows on Nick at Night.
So Allison, how do you feel like it takes what is Gilligan? You've seen all 3 seasons, you said. So how does it take
Yes.
Gilligan's Island and enhance it for a musical?
So it really plays on just like a lot of the characters' little quirks and things, and it kind of takes them to a whole other level and just makes it like even more comedic, like because it's a comedy to start with. So it's
Sure.
almost like a parody of a parody. So, but it just kind of like you get like new sides to your old favorite characters, maybe some that aren't quite as like family friendly as the show we remember. So you get to see a whole other side of them, and then everybody gets their musical moments. So that's super fun. A musical comedy, always a super fun time.
I feel like a parody of a parody is such a like unique perspective. I mean, I know like Scary Movie growing up, that was a parody of Scream, which was a parody of horror movies. So there's such
Right.
a unique space for that.
Yeah.
Bailey, how do you feel like it kind of cuts itself that own little space in that genre?
Oh, I think it's anything Sean Paraventi writes. He's a funny little man, and weird things are in his head, and they come out on paper, and they make great productions. This one is no different. I think this is kind of like pretty sure this is Sean's like magnum opus. Yeah. But it exists in its own place. He says Avenue Q was one of his inspirations, and you'll see a lot of that. Like, but we are puppets. It is over the top kind of parody funny. It is meant to be in this time of like too much stress and everything that's happening in the world. It's meant to be just this time of levity that we all need, and it's a lot of levity.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that is really beautiful, though. Like you said, we can take that moment to kind of laugh. And that's what theater does so well, hopefully, unless you're crying like Les Mis, but like with a show like this, if you're laughing, you do get to escape for just a little bit of time when life just kind of feels a little overwhelming right now.
Yeah, and it's fun for us too. Like we get to have, I mean, everyone when they're doing a show says it's so much fun, but this is really like, it's stupid fun. It's like playing, it's just playing with a bunch of kids playing. It's like on the playground. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, that has been a word that's come up a lot, especially in like our choreography rehearsals. Our choreographer Gina has always just been like, "Okay, you guys, just for a couple of bars, just like be stupid." And so that's just been kind of the vibe of rehearsals, and we're all just like every rehearsal, I feel like we've gotten more comfortable and more stupid, and it's so fun.
Yeah, if we're having a good time, you all have a good time.
For sure.
Which I have to say that feels like a very Planet Ant kind of show, like a type of show to put on, because I feel like there's always, I know they recently did Jurassic Park the musical, which was a big hit, and then of course with their improv, they're always kind of like they're embracing the silliness of theater, and so that seems to be right up the alley of with this show, The Seven Castaways.
Yeah, it's a great space for it, absolutely.
Yeah, they've really created a unique like artist, almost a commune in the Ant Hall is where we're performing, and there are 3 venues there. I think it's really cool. It's been a really really cool experience.
Yeah, one of the things I love about Planet Ant is that sometimes those entertainment worlds will be separate. It'll be like musicians are separate from theater artists, are separate from improv, or separate from comedians, but like Planet Ant really brings all those worlds together. And so you see and meet a lot of cool people using that space.
So cool. Yeah.
That is very, very cool. So Allison, who are you playing within the show, and like what is kind of their narrative throughout it?
So I play Mary Anne. She's like slightly different from the Mary Anne we all know and remember. We have a couple little quirks that we've added for fun, and it just shows like a whole new side to her. She's sort of like the hot young, like pure girl on the island, and she's kind of a little clueless about it, like how like how she's received. She's kind of just there to have a good time and like uh be a team player, I think.
And Bailey, how about for you? You're playing Gilligan, right?
I am. Gilligan, I think, he's kind of more based, I think, on Bob Denver, who played Gilligan, than actually Gilligan. He's got I can't, we were told not to give anything away. And so I'm trying to, Allison did a really good job at it, but I'm not as good as she is.
Are you trying to toe the line as you're dancing around it?
Yes. Let's just say all of the characters have like one really outrageously exemplified like aspect of the personality that sort of defines them in the show, and that's part of what makes it so fun is playing on this, this archetypal sort of thing that you do, and everybody has a different one. It's just, yeah, it's a giant.
Yeah,
I'm not making sense, but
no, they're all very much like caricatures of the already like sort of blown out of proportion like caricatures that they were in the show.
Just exaggerating it to the max.
Exactly, yes. And Sean did a good job of that, like picking a couple aspects or quirks of them and just like totally making fun of them.
And our director is like, she's so brilliant. Her comedy she understands comedy in a way I don't know. I've not met someone that understands it like that before. She's so good. And she's able to really take what Sean does and what we do and marry it all into something that's, I think, really palatable.
What is that collaborative approach then to developing these characters? Allison, I kind of start with you. Like, so it sounds like, there's this, what's on the script, and then the director has this comedic genius. How do you kind of make Mary Anne your own? I know you can't give too much away.
So my thing with this is that I just wanted to kind of go big or go home. And
Okay.
it is definitely that kind of production where you can do that and everything is like loud and big and funny. And I mean, they haven't told me to tone it down yet. So I'm just going to keep doing different, like, even up to like opening, even during the process of the show, you will like, keep making it bigger, keep finding new things and just little a little seasoning, a little different seasoning every night, I guess.
Anytime you do a show with Joe Bailey, he plays the skipper, and he likes to improv on stage in shows where it's allowed, and it's allowed in this one. So there's gonna be lots of fun.
We are a big fan of Joe Bailey around here, so that's exciting.
Dang.
I mean, he has got a
it?
comedic genius to him that is just unrivaled.
Another level.
Yeah, this whole cast I feel like is star-studded. I feel so honored to work with these people.
Same. It's an incredible cast.
Bailey, is there an approach that you have to bringing Gilligan to life?
It's actually been really challenging and it's going to sound so stupid, but it's been a really hard role for me. Because he's sort of like the not straight guy, but not straight guy. You know what I mean? Like both. He's straight, but he's very straight. That's all. My approach then is really just playing it up, right? Like I watched a couple episodes and then like a special on how they got home, the Castaways. I watched the behind the scenes, and it's really for me just trying to have fun, right? And like make sure that he resembles what people remember, but also has its own take. So it's just trial and error. And like Allison said, you just got to go big. And if it doesn't work, you do something different.
What I see at rehearsals from you, Bailey, is I see the physical comedy aspect of the show, and you're doing a lot of that, which I commend you for, because yeah, it's all those like kind of cartoonish movements and they really read well on stage too. So it's going to be a super fun time for the audience.
Thank you, Allison. Yeah, and I
Like,
can say Allison's part. Sorry to cut you off, Brian, but
you're
Allison in
good.
this show, I've seen Allison do stuff before, like very good stuff, very heavy dramatic stuff, funny stuff. But this is a whole new. I've never seen Allison like this, and my God, her voice is so good.
Oh my God, thank you.
I did not know she could sing like that.
She's gonna steal the show, it sounds like.
She is actually her song. Yeah, she's gonna steal the show.
With the like kind of being able to kind of improv and play this up, what is that like with the chemistry of the cast? Like, it feels like that could be like almost like a party on stage a little bit if you're just having the best of times.
I think that's exactly right. Like when you get people who are there doing this because they love it, they want to have fun with it, and they're professionals, they've done it for a long time. It's just a giant playground. It just feels like we're a bunch of kids. It really does.
I've found that like because these are all like seasoned professionals and they're all so good at what they do, it's been an amazing balance of getting the work done and like collaborating to deal with challenges here and there, but also just like having a blast at rehearsals.
Is there pressure to stepping into a role that like is so noticeably like iconic from, retro television? And I'll start with you. Is there like becoming Mary Anne? Is there a pressure to like being a certain like portraying it a certain way or having a certain vision that people can see?
Um, at first I was feeling that pressure and then I realized like because I hadn't seen the show yet and I was having trouble reconciling like the character in the script to the character on screen.
Okay.
And then after watching more of the show, I was able to kind of read the subtext of the character on the screen and be like, okay, yeah, no, this, I see where Sean got this, and then just bring her to life and just, make it big.
How about for you, Bailey? Is there pressure to that?
Yeah, I think Allison hit the nail on the head. It is the same kind of thing. At first, there is because Sean has done such a great job of pulling that subtext out and making it just the text. There is that disconnect at first as the actor trying to stay genuine to the character, but also the interpretation. But yeah, as you go on, you realize, oh, that's kind of all of these character traits were there in the show. You just didn't realize it, you know? So I think after a couple rehearsals, I was done with that.
Okay. I mean, that's good though, that be able to step into this and be like, there isn't a pressure to being Gilligan or to being Mary Anne because there's something unique about the perspective from the Seven Castaways. And it sounds like you said, his magnum opus, like this sounds like he's put so much work and dedication Sean has into finding this character and finding the story that's there.
Yeah, there was a stage reading of it. You were in that, right, Allison?
Yeah, it was back in 2018. We had to do some digging and we were like, oh, wow, yeah, that was 2018. And
Yeah, so he's been working on it a long time.
yeah, and Des, who's in this production as the professor, he actually originally was at the reading, he was Gilligan. And so it's been super fun to like also have him in the production. And I feel like we've just like been on this journey for so long and we're finally here.
Having done the stage reading then, what was that, 7 years ago? And then to now, how has your journey with this project kind of changed, or like how has your perspective changed since that stage reading?
Oh my gosh. Since 2018, that was like a different lifetime. Who is she?
Truly. We went through a pandemic and everything. Who knows?
Oh my God. Yeah, I feel like I'm so playing a character like this, I don't think that I was like as comfortable with it at the time. And now I'm much more comfortable in myself and I'm able to make those really big choices that make the comedy come to life. So yeah, it's been a journey.
Is that kind of what even like what drew you to auditioning this? Was part of that you were already knew the show from the stage reading, or and you knew like what to expect, or like what drew you to wanting to audition?
So Sean asked me to reprise my role as Mary
Okay.
Anne, which I was honored to do. He's like, for years, he's like, so like when I put this up, like you're gonna be Mary Anne, right? So yeah, I love Sean. I'm like, yeah, I'm there with you, man. I'm all over it. Like,
Whatever you say, I'm there.
yeah.
I got you. Bailey, what drew you to the show?
Honestly, the cast.
Okay.
Sean called me and he said, "Hey, we have this part. Would you be interested?" And I was like, I live in Lansing, and So
Oh, wow.
Hamtramck is, yeah. So I was like,
that's a trek.
yeah. But then he told me the cast, and I was like, oh, how could I not? And
I mean,
I read the script after I said yes. I said yes on the cast, yeah.
wow, that's a huge praise to this cast of just being like, I'm not gonna even read it. I'm gonna say yes.
They tell you you're going to play Gilligan, where Joe Bailey is the skipper, Allison Megroet is playing Mary Anne, Des Walker is the professor. Come on, it's a Sean Paraventi original. It's all of the like local names. It was, yeah, you can't say no to that.
That makes it a no-brainer.
Exactly.
Mhm.
For you, Bailey, how do you balance, like, that's a lot of dedication. Like, and I know that you said it's worth it and stuff, but like that has to be a huge amount of juggling your time and finding your life. How do you find balance in all of that?
Thank you. That it is a lot. Honestly, this show, like rehearsals are my bright point. It is, don't mean to bring us down, but like we're living in some dark times, especially for people who are artistic and sensitive or, human. So like that 3 hours or 4 hours, depending on who's on time, is I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Was that at me?
Oh my God, no, that wasn't at you. That wasn't at anyone. It was a joke. Anyway, sorry. It's
Ooh,
very
shots are
dark times.
fired.
So no, it's just honestly, it is when we get there, it's like the weight of the world goes away. It just sounds so Pollyanna-ish, but it's just. My best friend texted me and she said, "Hey, how's the show going? Because we haven't talked in a minute." And I said, "It's the only thing that is making me happy in life right now." So that you can't put money on. You can't put a price tag on that.
No, and but you're right though. Like right now is a time where, above all, community is essential, and art, especially in the world of theater and art, we have to come together during these times and have these moments. And so being able to do that with such an incredible cast, whether or not they're on time, apparently, no. But that is what makes theater magical, for both the audience and the people involved.
Yeah, I think that magical is a really good word for this one. And I don't, it's not a word I would use for shows a lot, but for this one, it is kind of, it's really special. It's really different.
Yeah.
It's also really raunchy.
Yeah, fair warning. No, this is true. Like, we're not going to pretend it's like, like a Disney Channel original. Like, this is not family friendly. If you bring your kids, that's your own problem to deal with later. But,
And we're not
like,
paying for therapy for them after that.
no, I can't pay for my own therapy. So, but
That's why we do theater.
Exactly. Yes. Ryan, our set builder, he was loading in some of our set yesterday. And so, we got to see the boat and we have palm trees and the world was there when we got to rehearsal yesterday. And it was so exciting because it really does feel like, we're on that island.
Yeah.
So they capture the island pretty well in the theater.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Ryan's kind of a genius.
So first off, I think that, of course, we want to reiterate, don't bring your kids to this unless you want trauma. Though I will just say, as a therapist during my day job, therapy is important, so everybody go to it. But it's
You have some
it's good to
discounted
know
rates
that.
for guests?
We could make a deal. No. But I think that it's important to note, because I think that some people might assume that, like, oh, Gilligan's Island, I grew up on that, it's fine. But this is, we're pushing the boundaries with this a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, if your kids are going to be asking you some questions about some things they might not have heard about before, and you might not want to have those conversations yet. So choose who you bring wisely.
And you might have questions about some of it. I mean, we go really far. It's quite filthy.
I mean, but this is for the adults who grew up watching this or who have some form of memory with that. This is not for, it's like not a family friendly show, and that's cool,
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, you'd be surprised the shows that people decide to bring their kids to.
That's true. That's true. As having done this for a while, there's quite a few shows I'm like, oh, there are some children here. That is a choice.
Right.
So, Allison, how do you feel like the Seven Castaways has challenged you as an actor?
I don't do musicals a ton. I sing, I act, dancing. I'm not quite a triple threat. I'm like a 2.5 threat. Like once I learn a dance, I can make it look good, but the learning is a bit of a struggle for me. But
Okay.
our choreographer Gina, to give her another shout out, like she's been super patient with us, and she's put together some really awesome, fun, easy to remember choreography that looks great, that has been like that all of us can do and enjoy, and it really helps build the world of the island.
You know, if you 2.5 is still pretty much 3, so like I think that we can count that.
I mean, we can round up, right?
Right. Um, and I mean, as long as the finished product is that you're accomplishing it, like it shows how much dedication you're putting into the show. That you're, even though the dancing maybe is difficult, you're pushing the boundaries to learn that part of it.
Yeah, and it's fun. Like once, you have a dance down and you're singing and, everybody's like dancing around. It's like just such a cool moment. And, we really feel like we have accomplished something really awesome.
What a bonding experience too, of being like, oh yeah, we
Yeah.
finally nailed that number. It's done.
Yes.
We can, we can move on to the next one until hopefully we get them all down pat.
Yes.
Bailey, how about for you? How's this show challenged you as an actor?
It in lots of ways. Like I said, it's as the straight guy, like the one who kind of has to carry the plot line, but also be caricaturist, funny. That like towing that line is hard. Telling the story and also being huge and outlandish don't always go together. And so finding that balance, I think, has been for me the challenge, and also recognizing that just because I think a line is funny doesn't mean that it's the laugh line. So there's a lot of like, because it's such a big comedy, the jokes are less predictable in what the audience, how the audience will react to jokes, right? And so it's just you never know, and you're going very, very big, like we said, on very, very filthy content, and you hope that it's funny and not psychotic.
It's
Yeah.
definitely not.
I feel like, yeah, Sean wrote in just like so many, like some pages, it's just like joke after joke. And you're like, which ones, rhythm wise, even are going to land with the
Yeah.
audience? And we don't know that yet. So that's going to be a whole new experience when we finally get an audience in there.
As actors, as you're going along, do you get a sense of that before the audience comes in? I know you said that you don't really know until the audience comes in, but do you get a sense of like, this is where it's supposed to land, or like this is how it's supposed to fall, or does it really just depend on who the audience is?
I think it's hard. Like Allison said, he really did write like joke after joke, and it's just really funny. And so I think we don't get much. No, in rehearsal, there's the stage manager and the director, so we're not getting a lot of laughs because they're working, and I don't know where they're gonna laugh. I don't know where, and I generally going into a show, you do, right? Yeah, they're gonna laugh here. We set it up for them, but there's so much for them to laugh at because it's an ensemble show, and so very rarely is it just two people on stage, and where everyone's encouraged to really play those characters up, up, up. So there's always stuff to watch, and yeah, I think that'll be a challenge, but a fun one.
Mm-hmm. And as we get that dynamic going with our audiences, we'll probably find things funny that we didn't before.
And then also, each show could be a different response that could determine what's funny and what's not.
It will be.
It will be.
It will be.
So I know that, Bailey, you said you can't talk too much about the show, but are we allowed to talk about the musical numbers, or is that okay? So what is your favorite number to perform, but also what is your favorite number that maybe you're not in that you enjoy hearing night after night? You're like, oh, this is the one I'm looking forward to.
There's one that I'm not. I want to be very careful what I'm saying. One that I'm not in. It's a 2-girl duet.
Yes.
I love that song.
Me too.
Right? Yeah, I love the it's very like Chicago Fosse-esque kind of.
Okay.
Every song is its own genre, essentially. Sean wanted every kind of style of music, and so it's there.
Which is
the
kind of
one
cool.
that it's super cool. The one that I enjoy doing the most is Allison's song. I won't tell you the name of it, but she's got the number that everyone's gonna leave humming.
Okay.
And it's just a really fun dance.
Yeah, I do enjoy my number. It's and because I have to like, sing the whole thing and like dance the whole thing, that's also been like a challenge for me because it's such like a loud number and I'm like moving around a lot and I'm like, oh my God, okay, can I hit that note? But like it all works out, and it's a good time, and I just gotta remember to have fun with it. It's gonna be a blast. We're not gonna say anything else about that.
Every character really gets a chance to shine. Like I think almost
Yeah.
everyone has a full solo.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And if
impressive.
not, they've got solo chunks. Yeah, it's really cool. Everybody has their moments to shine. It's really well done.
That's fantastic. Allison, do you have a favorite number that you like to hear then? Or is that also Allison's song?
Oh, I was agreeing with Bailey. The duet between the
Got you.
two
Okay.
girls is just so catchy. It's just like makes me want to just swing my hips a little bit, you know?
Yeah. You see us both just bopping over here.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So it sounds like there's a little bit of music for everyone. So no matter if you like classical music, classic musicals, I should say, or if you like something a little more contemporary, there's a little bit of something for everybody to enjoy when they come to the show.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm allowed to say that we rap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Joe Bailey and I rap in the very beginning, so that's something that is absurd. Everyone should see that.
Yeah, like there, like something about like me, for instance, like people who shouldn't rapping, like sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, and we know the fun is we know we're bad at it. We know we're
Yeah.
not rappers,
Yeah.
and we're playing that aspect of it, right? So for the audience, that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes.
Right. That's the comedy gold right there.
Exactly. Bunch of people not knowing how to rap, trying to rap.
Final question for both of you is just what are you hoping audiences take away from the Seven Castaways? And Allison, I'll start with you. What are you hoping the audiences take away?
I hope they just have a good time. I really just hope everyone has a good time and laughs and leaves with their spirits lifted. It's just a silly, fun time.
That's
yeah.
what we need right now. So perfect. Bailey, how about for you?
Yeah, I think really the same thing. Sean wrote this because this was his favorite show. He sang the theme song at a talent show that he wasn't supposed to be at as a, I don't know, 6-year-old or 8-year-old or something. But he has held it in his heart, right? This is something that reminds him of his family and home and that nostalgia that we all love, right? And so I hope the audience can connect to that part of us, that human part that I think we've really lost as a society. And hopefully, go out and hug someone and call someone afterwards.
Oh my God,
Not because they're sad.
Deeper. You went so much deeper than I did, Bailey. I was like, yeah, I just hope everyone has a good time. And you're like, connection, love your neighbor. Like, no, yes. I'm going to go with that one.
Both of those are important. And really, the thing that I got stuck in my head, I was like, you're telling me that Sean had a Mean Girls moment where he showed up to a talent show that he wasn't supposed to be at? Like, it was just like, I have a lot of feelings.
He got up and he sang, and it was in front of hundreds of people. And his sister, Maureen, who's also in the show, they had rehearsed whatever they were doing for the talent show, she and her little pals. They were doing a whole number they'd rehearsed, and Sean got up there and was like, nope, I'm going to sing the Gilligan's Island theme song, and was a star. And his head has never shrunk.
What an origin story for the show.
Right? He's going to love that I told that.
But thank you so much, Allison and Bailey, for your time. I greatly appreciate it. And we are super excited to see the show when it arrives at Planet Ant. So thank you again for joining me today.
Thanks,
thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
So the Seven Castaways will play at the Ant Hall over at Planet Ant in Hamtramck from September 5th through the 14th. So get your tickets now, and we'll see you at the show.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thanks.